What you guys are doing? Let's do another speaker. Today is going to be how do they feel. That could be triggering. So we're going to do 2 parts. And then we're going to develop. Okay, let's go. What I'm doing here. Okay, it's Friday today. Happy day. Okay, let's go. 1, 2, 1, 2. Part number 1, how do they feel? The lovers, the Queen of Pentacles, and the High Priestess. Right, okay, so how do they feel? They feel a bit different because maybe your connection started as literally lovers. So basic, really, there isn't very much a sexiness between you two, but it's also the card of soulmate. So wow, now they might be questioning, hold on a second, I just wanted a bit of fun and now this is so much more. Or we find ourselves in a crossroad. Where do we go from here? Because it's not just simply sexual attraction, there's so much more. So they also realize that you are a good person. You focus on your money, you're focusing on hard work, you're not expecting someone to pay for everything. You have your own independence and you mind your own business. You're very trustworthy, you work hard, but you're also very committed in everything you do, committed in your friendship, committed in everything. And you are a good person, because there's some crazy people like that. Let me tell you, I know. But they can see that you are long term. You are the kind of person they want to maybe, or they could see themselves long term, because you have a different layers to your personality and they're all very grounded. So for them, it's like, dilemma. I don't mind having a little bit of fun, but at the same time, I could see myself, trusting you for life and build something with you. The thing is, as well, just to top it up, you seem to be the high priestess or high priest, doesn't matter. We don't do gender in tarot, as you know. You are someone who can see them. You see the fear, you see the original trauma, you see how bruised they can be at times. You feel and you felt them straight away. So they can't hide from you. And that's something you have. You feel people, you sense things, and you meet people 30 seconds, you know what they're about very quickly. So the combination of someone who can see them and still love them, and also the sense of I can build something with you, that make them wondering, hold on a second, there's so much more than just vavavoom. That's how they feel. But they feel a little bit naked emotionally, as you would if you were in front of a high priest or high priestess, because you know them, you feel them, you sense them, you know what they're about, and you're not afraid about this, because you've maybe had a similar pain, a similar trauma. So bonding at the level of the trauma is a very deep bond, very deep. Okay, so we will be together again. So if at the moment you are in that crossroad I was telling you, are we gonna be just sexual, or are we actually soulmate? What are we doing over here? There is a crossroad and they can't just deny what they're feeling. Not anymore. So, interesting. So maybe at the moment there is no communication. There is a simply like we plateau at some point and we don't really know what to do next. Leave it there. Oops, here we go. Leave it there. Let's say determination. Determination, perseverance, and patience will lead to a positive outcome. Yeah, leave it there and see how it goes. We always think that we can be proactive about something. You can't push someone to love you. You cannot push a situation to develop. You have caterpillar, cocoon, butterfly. You cannot have just caterpillar, butterfly. It ain't gonna happen, right? So you have to give some time to time, and not everything is on Amazon. Okay, so can we just relax a bit? Not everything has to be like this. There's so many women, I have to say, who want to know when. They put on the calendar, is that working for me? No, hell no. Hell no. The more they do that, the less it works. I mean, it's obvious. Let it be, right? All right, what do we have? Religious factor. Did we have this one yesterday? Okay. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. It can be religious fact. It can be just all kind of fact. You feel like maybe you have a different culture. You have a different education, you have a different upbringing for sure, different values, different principles. It doesn't make them wrong, it's simply that they're different. So maybe to be your soulmate and all of that, it could be a bit difficult because the context is a little bit original and a bit how can I say, surprising, but it doesn't make it it doesn't make it impossible. It's simply unexpected. It's a little bit different. So why do we have a problem with that? At the end of the day, intuitively, you already know that there is a situation that is very positive out there, right? So you already know that this is not just a room, it is so much more. The fact that, and as I think I said that yesterday, you know, let's try to have less borders, you know, in our mind or maybe in our world, I don't know, but why do we have to be good or bad? Why it has to be one way or the other? I'm not saying you can do anything and everything, but if people want to love each other, what is the problem? Seriously, they want to love each other. They want to bring some love and peace in this world. What is the problem? Oh, because we don't have the same kind of upbringing. So what? So you can mix both upbringing and make something magical. Let's not be low in a square, please, okay? Can we just stretch our mind a little bit? That would be lovely. Why am I so hot now? Okay, so whatever differences you have will make you unique together, right? So, part number 2, how do they feel? 7 of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, 2 of Wands. Well, we have something very clear here in my face. How do they feel? They don't know exactly where they feel. They can stay the same way, the way they used to be before meeting you, or they can actually take a risk with you, because it's a risk. But they were bored there. I mean, if they want to go back to their old life or previous life before you, they were kind of like, it's okay, but you know, maybe they were making a lot of money. That was really what they wanted, which is not a problem. But is it everything? Maybe not. So to try to do something different, to maybe stretch their mind, why not? How do they feel? They're just still holding on to an old formula. So they're not quite sure, but they know there is another way. And there is a divine timing. So we do find that one pentacle here and here, obviously. So divine timing will bring you at the right place at the right time. So at the moment, they just don't know. That's fine. And maybe as well with that 2 of Wands, it can be that in the middle of 2. I don't think it's really for the majority of you, but maybe they're in a position where, I don't know, I have to make a decision, I just don't know. The thing is, there is divine timing which gonna clear the situation. If they're a little bit like not sure, that will bring maybe information, or that will bring an opportunity to make them like, well, now I know, it's clear, right? It also could be that in the meantime, you are learning to be the Empress position, male, female, doesn't matter. So you're kind of waiting, and you do not push for anything to happen, you let it be. And very often when you don't really know what to do, when you have to make up your mind and you're not quite sure, or in between two, if you can't make up your mind, it's just because you can't. And it's just simply not the right time. You might not have all the information. You might not even know where you are or how you're feeling yourself. Let's wait for divine timing. And that could be an offer, that could be a gift, that could be a new idea, that could be a new way. But until we get to that point, we in a kind of no man's land, not quite sure. All right, nothing wrong with that. And it's important to have that period of, I'm not sure, I don't know. Why do we have to know everything? Why do everything has to be speed up? Again, we're not on Amazon here. Let people be in a, I don't know, I'm not sure. It's something that is a bit different, but sometimes you have to be on standby until you have more information or more time, so then you can define your feelings, define your view, define your opinion. Until you're afraid, until you know, you don't know, right? Okay, I'm afraid to contact you. Yeah, because they don't really know how you are yourself. Maybe you're also in that position of the Empress and you know moving, so they don't really know what to do. I mean, there's no action, there's nothing what's going on, because you're also on standby. They're afraid to contact you because they're afraid of what you could tell them, like maybe it's over, or you know, the thing you don't even know yourself. You're both in a kind of a standby and you don't really know until you are maybe more secure by yourself, more secure by your feelings, or the situation is, with time, will get clearer, because time heals a lot of things, I have to tell you, right? Healing. What did I just say? I, the angel of healing, am with you right now. Feel my presence and my unwavering love for you. I have loved you before the dawn of time, and I will love you for all eternity. Yeah. When healing has to take place, you can't rush it, you can't push it. And there's something I say on part number 1. If you don't know, it's because you're not supposed to know. Leave it alone. Not everything has to be black or white. There's so many different, colors in between, right? So healing takes time. You're healing the inner child. You're healing, both of you healing the inner child. So you're on standby. I don't know, me neither. Okay, well, let's just wait. Exactly. And then when the divine timing is there, it's like when you are slow cooking something and then divine timing say it's ready, then you can eat it. Always about food. Some things never change, right? So of course, but until it's ready, it's not, right? Simple as that. Deception. Someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. That could be them, because maybe they have a choice between two. Maybe there is really someone else in the picture, but it also could be that they don't really know themselves, who they are, and maybe you not, any better. I mean, you have a moment of question mark here. Until you have the answer, until you have maybe the haha moment, you're gonna be decepting or deceitful. What was it? Deception. You will have deception because you lie to yourself. As simple as that, sometimes we don't have a clue, and that's okay. Who said that we have to know everything? We're not God, we're not the universe, we're not, wow. No, we're just done here, okay, and we don't know. So give yourself a chance to learn, to grow, to find out about yourself, to give yourself a moment just to go back to you and realize, well, maybe I'm better like that. Maybe I'm better by myself. Maybe I'm better when it's quieter. Maybe I'm better when I just give myself some time and space and just do nothing. Wait until you're ready to get out of the cocoon. If you go too soon, you're not really able to fly as a butterfly. So give yourself the time. Okay, on this note, have a beautiful day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Mwah. Ciao.